Welcome to Talking with Famous People. I want to talk about honor. Which cognitive function is honor? We got sidetracked from honor into a debate about God the other night. I don't remember when that was. Maybe it was last night. And I wanted to return to it as simply a cognitive function issue that Claudia asked about. And when I reflect on the idea of honor, I see it as having a couple of possible architectures to it. It could certainly be FE oriented, that you honor other people, or that other person is a person of honor, so you behave in certain ways towards them. It could be a stratus thing, right? Like social castes. But as it's conventionally meant, I think it's meant that you behave honorably is that you intend well, and that you do what you say you're going to do, unless, if you don't, that it's for a good reason, and that it's not for personal gain. So basically, honor is about being trustworthy, first and foremost. Now, being trustworthy is something that people have difficulty with in various areas. So some people are untrustworthy in the sense that they are going to put their self-interests above what's right. In that regard, that's the kind of dishonorable that is a matter of general concern. So we do value honesty, and we value honesty for a reason, because each of us can fairly draw conclusions when we have an honest assessment of the facts. When we don't, then none of us can fairly draw conclusions, because we're drawing conclusions about stuff that didn't actually happen. Fucking flies. So there's a good reason why we prioritize honesty in communications, and there is a good reason why we consider dishonesty in general dishonorable. Now, it's kind of an old-fashioned term, honor, and it's sort of linked in with chivalry quite a bit. But in its most non-absurd form, it's simply saying, I'm a person of goodwill, and you can trust me to deal with you in a win-win kind of a way. I'm not going to try to screw you. And most everybody I've ever encountered is willing and interested in doing that to some extent or another. To be win-win, to not try to take massive advantage of people and stuff like that. Occasionally, you'll meet a scoundrel like my old boss. Now, scoundrels are those who behave dishonorably, dishonestly, deceitfully for personal gain, intentionally trying to fuck people because it's good for them in some way. Those individuals need to be publicly shamed. If they're doing it in ways that are criminal and damaging to other people in significant ways, then yeah, they need to be publicly shamed. That's the solution to that. So I'd say that honor for me comes from TI primarily. There's a wariness of inciting guilt in myself, a deep wariness of it that I could credit to FI, right? Like, you don't want to do anything that you probably are going to feel bad about later, because I'm not sure if I am, but I probably am. If I get that gut sense, that's an introverted feeling or something saying, I know I am whipping boy around here, but man, you're the one who's going to be the whipping boy if you do this shit, whatever it is. I mean, I haven't had that kind of thought in a long time, but I mean, I don't have to think it out anymore, I guess. I get that sense, and I'm like, no, we're not going to do that. I'm not going there. So let's see. for people who, like Sam today, when she didn't like the video where Candace apparently doesn't want to be filmed, and I show her, and she'd probably say, well, that's not being very honorable to sneak up on somebody and take pictures of them, blah, 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 blah. Well, again, a lot of special circumstances in there. There's a presumption of isolation that's false when we deal with individuals saying, well, I didn't want to be filmed, so you definitely shouldn't have filmed me. It depends. It really does depend on the circumstances. I generally will always respect somebody's wish not to be filmed, even if I have the right to film them, except for cops, maybe. But there are certainly exceptions, and if it's something that I'm filming of my own, then that needs to be respected as well. And public space, public space. Garbage man's coming. Thanks for watching Talking to Famous People.